Hey, so what's going on, people? I don't know where this came from, but I've been seeing this little trend of, hey, post your top 5 things. The first time it popped up, I was like, all right, cool, sure. You know what? I'll throw out some Air Maxes because it's Air Max month. Let's do that, right? But then it just kind of like kept going, and people were like, hey, post yours, post yours, post yours, saying this to me. And I'm like, all right, I guess this is a thing that people are really jumping in on right now. Probably because people don't have a whole lot else to do, and I get it, right? Nothing wrong with that. I've got nothing against it. Obviously not, because I'm about to do a video about it. So here we are, right? Now, one of the things that I noticed, and this wasn't across the board, of course, because nothing is. And I was talking to Bobby Sneaker World about that. Go watch his videos if you've never seen any. There will be a link up here somewhere. But yeah, so I was talking to him, and he was saying that he also noticed a lot of people were out there just kind of, it was as if they like just took their, now these could be their favorites, they could, but it seemed like some people were just taking like the most sought after, most expensive, whatever. And it's like, to me, like my most expensive shoes or most rarest shoes or whatever the case, those are not the ones that are here. I like them, they're fine. I don't know where they are. There's probably a pair over there, maybe. Mostly in that other room, though. But yeah, they're cool, but they're not the ones that come to mind when I think of what my favorites are. And even still, when I do think of my top 5, like, for the most part, it kind of changes on a, maybe not daily, but weekly basis or something like that. Because what you might be thinking about one day, you might say, oh man, like, this particular pair of 90s, because I got these and they're related to this, and I was able to get them through this way, and blah blah blah, or there was these foams that I had, and I went through all this crazy stuff to get them, and whatever. It just kind of comes and goes, right? So these shoes that I'm about to talk about, they do mean something to me. They've got some sort of value, like on a sentimental level. Some of them might have some value on like a financial level or whatever, but whatever. So, these aren't in any particular order because I just don't, again, this list, it's just some shoes that I like, right? So, putting them in any kind of order, I don't know what they're doing out there, but I kind of wish they wouldn't. There's some kind of construction going on. It's like, I'm trying to make videos in here, and the city of Hampton is just being the most inconvenient that they can be right now. I don't know, whatever. So, hopefully you still hear me fine. First and foremost, not really, but first anyway, this right here. Now this particular shoe has popped up in a number of little videos I've done. Even brought them up on that time when I was on Who Has the Heat. If you don't watch that, you should totally watch that. It's really awesome. So, here's this, right? This is the Beavis and Butthead core black version, right? There's also a white version that has their faces on it. The black version just has things from the show, or things from their work, however you want to look at it. So the reason I picked these is because this was the shoe that I decided to start with when I started doing this. And basically how I built this empire that you see before you, if you want to call it that. But anyway, so yeah, in that way, they're kind of a special sort of thing. But at the same time, it's also a shoe based on something that I had as a big part of my childhood, which was Beavis and Butthead, So, I don't know if you were a fan when you were younger. I was. That's what matters. But if you were, we can talk about it. Maybe we can talk about our favorite episodes or something. The Garage Band episode for me is really high up there, as is the Spanish Fly. So, moving right along, this right here. Yeah, of course there's going to be one of these in here. Jordan 12, right? Man, these boxes are big. Then again, this shoe is also pretty big. They run big, half size down on these. Half size, no, true to size on those. Actually, no, half size down on those. Because skate shoes run a little big. But these just run big for no reason. So, and even you, depending on you might be able to get by going a whole size down on these. This right here, look at that. Like, you would think that this was new. It is not. I wore these one time. My sister and I, well, when I was down in Charleston, I went down there one time, and we were like, yeah, let's go to the outlet. And so we both go to our separate rooms to get dressed, and I come out in these, and she came out in a pair as well. And it's like, oh, I didn't know you had those. I didn't know you had those. What do you know? But anyway, so yes, right here, the Jordan 12 Masters, right? Now this particular shoe, as I've said many times in the past, the 12 is my favorite Jordan model, right? So this being the first ever 12 that I got kind of means a little something to me, right? So I don't know what the prices are like on these. I assume not high. But the thing is, they got that personal value, which is all that really matters in this little world, at least according to me and some other people that think like me. So when I saw these, also just the look of them, I thought they looked pretty good. A lot of people think they're a little too plain or whatever. It's like that they could be better. I don't know. I mean, the quality is fine. I've never really done a review on these, but yeah, this is some pretty nice quality all around. Got no problems with it. I do see a little like this. Looks like I walked through some sand or something. And this is back when they were doing leather on the sides here. I don't know what happened with that. But overall, yeah, these are nice. I don't know why some people don't like them, but who cares, you know? People aren't gonna like everything, right? But I guarantee you, I can tell you right now, that probably every one of you that's watching this video likes a shoe that I do not. And I'm sure that every one of you watching this video, I like a shoe that you probably do not. So that's just the way the world works, right? Moving right along. Okay, what is this one? Okay, this right here. This has also popped up a time or two in another video. Oh man, this, these right here. What did I pay for these? Still got the receipt down in here, if you want to see that. Whatever 219,000 won adds up to. I don't know where that is on there, but it's on there somewhere. Whatever that adds up to is what I paid. There's no thing on the side of the box because, again, when you're buying in the foreign countries, they take off the dollar signs because it's useless to them. But here's the thing. Here's why these mean something to me. And it's not just because they're semi-uncommon or because they look pretty cool. It's because it was a reminder of just how much I will put myself through to get a pair of shoes that I want. Basically, I went up to Seoul, bought these, went home, found out that they had put the wrong left shoe or right shoe in the box. Had to go back up there just to get that switched out. I did get some free posters out of it and all, but I say that like it's a quick little, oh, let me run back over to the store. Oh, no, that is not how that works. I gotta take buses and subways and walk across continents is what it feels like. Yeah, it basically took all of my day to make this pair of shoes happen. But I have them now and look at them. I mean, they do look pretty nice, right? But the whole thing is just that these Have a Nike Day, Indigo Storm, I think it is. Yeah, Indigo Storms. Just a little reminder of just how much I'm willing to put into this collection here. So, you know, in that way, it means a little something to me. I mean, what's the most work you've put in for something, right? Sometimes it might be just waking up early or staying overnight. Sometimes it might be a long drive or, I mean, there have been times when I've spent some hours doing nothing, staring at Adidas loading screens and stuff. So, moving right along, this next thing, this is a two-parter, right? I get it, it's two totally different shoes and all that, but they go together because they just do. So here's the thing, right? The Bumblebees, the Megatrons, the Vapor Max Pluses. I did a review of these long time ago. Did it together, right? As a dual unboxing sort of thing, for whatever reason. And I noticed eventually that video got like a fair amount of views. It was like my first, pretty sure it was my first popular video. So in that way, these particular pairs mean a little something because it's like, it was one of those things that showed me like, you know what? Maybe I'm getting lucky here or maybe I'm doing something right. I don't know. But apparently this little YouTube venture I'm going on might work out all right. And so far, it actually seems to have been working out all right. So this is one of the things that let me know that it is. So right there. Again, I talked about these yesterday, not going to get too deep into it. There is a review, as I said. So if you want more info about them, go ahead and watch that. Though I question how much info is in that because that was in my earlier days and those reviews probably aren't that good. I mean, this is call it what it is. But they were good enough to at least show the shoe to people, and sometimes that's all people want is just some close-up looks. Right? And maybe some personal thoughts. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this would be number 5. This is number 5, right? Yeah, it's a 350 box. That's right, because I mean, I have enough of these that eventually one of the pairs is going to mean something to you. And that's this one. It's actually the first pair that I ever got, right? Check the side of that out, right? Yeah, it's that one. You're probably thinking, like, I have no idea what those said. I couldn't read it. That's fine. I'm opening the box. So this right here. These right here. Now, a lot of you probably recognize these. These are not one of those later releases. These came along in, what, the end of 2016, back when Yeezy releases kind of still meant something and they weren't just like every other weekend. So these right here, was it like the Oreos or something like that, whatever they were called? A friend of mine that was actually living here in Virginia at the time, he managed to get through on Foot Locker and Adidas to get a 9.5 and to get his own pair. He got these first though, because I guess he was planning to maybe sell or trade to get his own pair later. But he saw these, got these or whatever, and asked me later, like, hey, what size do you wear? You wear like 9.5, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want these Yeezys? Like, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, at the time I had no care whatsoever about them, but he offered to sell them to me for retail plus, you know, shipping. Well, whatever he played, which was retail plus shipping, then I was gonna pay that plus my own shipping. So whatever it came out to, like $260 or something. But yeah, he asked me and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And his only criteria for going through with that on me was that if I couldn't fit them or whatever, was to like give them back to him so he could, like, you know, make some money out of it or something. Like basically like, hey, don't resell them. I'm, you know, yeah, I obviously couldn't have done anything if I did. But I was like, yeah, of course not. Like, cause why would I do that? Like, I'm gonna have these for the collection, and here they are. So they're actually pretty decent, you know. I haven't looked at these in a long time, cause I didn't take them with me. They've been in storage, but they're a pretty nice shoe. All right, so there's that. And now that has been 5 in a sense. I get it, it was 6, but here's the thing. I have one more pair because somebody out there did a top 6 and they tagged me in their thing. So I don't know where that came from. But anyways, I'm gonna bring out this 6th pair just to kind of satisfy that. So here's this, right? Maybe you guys remember these. This was part of not a giveaway. No, actually I did give away a gift card or something like that. So these were the Nike Bayous that I did. So I think it was back in October, I put up a thing saying, hey, go design a pair of Prestos for me, and then whichever one is the best design, I'm gonna buy that one. Which ended up being this one by David Aliev. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but either way, a guy that follows me on Allegram. So he put in this design. It was picked by other people on my little Instagram thing as number 1. You know, it was a small victory, but hey, you know, inch for a mile, right? Like Vin Diesel would say. So this is what we walked away with. It was my first ever Nike Bayou, and I really like these colors as well. So everything kind of worked out, and it's just kind of cool. I need to get another pair though, not another pair of these, but another Nike Bayou thing. You know, because why not? The quality on these is really good. And one thing I was talking to Yeezy from New Orleans, not the other one. He was saying that like his pair was really good. Bobby Sneaker World was saying the same thing. I'm starting to think that when people have to actually sit down and make a shoe, and it's not just some mass-produced general release sort of thing, they put a little more effort into it. So go ahead on out there and look into that Nike Bayou thing and get a pair, and then let me know how it plays out. If you think that that particular pair is better than the standard pair of that same model that you would have bought in a store or not. So there we go, people. That is it for me. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Go ahead, have yourself a nice rest of your day or rest your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I put up a whole bunch of videos recently. There's one this morning, there were 11 yesterday. So, and then now there's this one again. So I got some stuff if you want to watch it. But if you want to, watch other people's stuff, do that too, because I'll tell you right now, there's a whole lot of good people out there that have a lot of videos worth watching. If I forget your name, don't take it personally. It's just, it happens. Bobby Sneaker World, right? JJ All Day, Tokyo Butter 23, Jeezy 509, the other Jeezy, I can't think of his full name. Him. Who else? Kicks for Fresh, E-Money Shoes, of course, right? Danger Russ, don't forget about him. Who else? DB's Kicks, how did I not think of his name? Yeah, DB's Kicks, P-Town 24, right? That's 10 solid names right there. So go ahead, even if you just pick half of them and watch like a video or whatever, go check all of them out. They're totally worth your time. Otherwise, I wouldn't tell you to go over there. So now, that's it for me. Later, people.